Hi, thank you again for joining today. I'm excited. I always start out with I'm excited because just about every day I'm excited because I get to do what I love every day. But when town staff gets to come on and be guests, we have such a dynamic team here that is just stepping up, doing recovery here during these hard COVID times. I get even more proud to showcase them. As some of you may not know that are watching, my name is Angela Greneville, the Economic Development Manager. And our goal of why we are doing these video series every week is we want to connect business to business. We want to connect resources. We want to connect opportunities, lessons learned, or even educate. So today's goal is these guests were just recognized by Travel Alberta on some really neat initiatives that they have been doing, and they don't even know. They're going to learn this as a surprise. But before we get going, would you guys please introduce yourselves, because I will miss something. And Jeanette, would you go first?
Sure can. Jeanette Messer. I am the Community Programs and Events Manager. So in my portfolio, it's all of the events, the annual events, as well as any of the community programs, whether it's fitness level, whether it's programming, except aquatics, that comes under that business center. So I hand it over to Zach.
Jeanette, how many years have you been with the town?
Oh, I've been with the town for 18 years.
Wow, now that's dedicated.
Which is kind of forever, but yeah, I've seen such amazing changes within the community, but certainly the growth has had the biggest impact on everything that we do as administration within the town.
Well, thank you for all your years of service. As someone that lived in the MD, Okotoks was always known for their recreation and their events and their tourism, all that. So I know that raising my little kids and coming in, I enjoyed a lot of the things over the 18 years we put together. So thank you. And I owned a business in this town that I leveraged some of those events. So Zach, you're new, and I've had so much fun working with you, and the business community loves you. The stakeholders love working with you. You've been that new energy that comes in with all the skill set and out of the box and technology. I'm not going to say his age, but when that age comes in with that technology experience, we really step up our game. So can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, so I'm Zach Adams, and I am the Community Event Specialist with the town of Okotoks. So I look after exactly what my title is, all the community events, mainly in the summertime, but we have a few kind of fall, winter events that I look after as well.
Okay, thank you. When we first met Zachary and he came to some of the association meetings, because as most of you know that I'm new too, it was really neat how I just got to compliment you, Zachary, because you were very open to the business community that how can we work with you and how can you leverage these and is there opportunity for growth or change? And so when it feels like it's a them and us sometimes that happens with the town and the business community, and you really erased that. You really were about how do we work together here? How can we do this stuff, and where's some ideas? But also everybody's staying in their lane of that's not government's role to do that, but maybe we could support or find you some sponsors or get you some volunteers, but or guide you. And that's what I want the business owners to take away today these are resources in the town that please tap into. We know you're doing everything you can to recover, and events with restrictions are going to be different. We all know that tourism and events means new money into the community. And so you have your regular shoppers that are loyal to you for your products and your services. But when new money comes into the town, that's what you want to get after. That's what you want to draw into your doors. And these guys are great assets to help you to learn, well, 18 years experience. She knows what works, what doesn't, what streets to be on, what times, what days. And then Zachary brings such a global experience. I know a bit of his background. We were so fortunate to have him to bring that broader kind of thinking to our team. So please reach out to these guys. The contact information will be posted here during this video, and so that you can reach out to them. So here's the compliment to you guys. I was on Travel Alberta speaking with the Southern Alberta rep because it is Travel Alberta week. And as some of you business owners, I would encourage you to reach out to the Travel Alberta site, and we are going to be posting their webinars, everything that they're doing this week for free, because everything they're doing is for free because it's Travel Alberta Week. And they have launched their Alberta only marketing videos this week. So what we want to do is encourage everybody to get out to your communities, get into your backyard. Into your backyard meaning your communities. So the business owners are relaunching, they're opening, and we don't want international travel right now. We don't want other province. You know, we're slowly, easy doing this to make sure everyone is safe. So Travel Alberta has done a great job for webinars this week to say how to do it, lessons learned, ideas, and also they have some marketing tools. So for you as business owners, you can use these tools to share on your social media sites and marketing. So when I was on this call, I wanted to learn these resources so that as Recovery on our business supports page, we want to be bringing all this stuff on there for you guys. And all of these links will be on the business supports webpage. And they said, we just want to compliment the town of Okotoks right now. Because Southern Alberta is our backyard, and I was talking to, I think her name is Yvonne, remembering she was our project, this is her territory. She said, I watch the communities that I oversee. And she said from day one, the social media for the town of Okotoks, I couldn't believe how intriguing the events and how fast they just didn't even miss a beat. All of a sudden it was, you can still be part of a community, you can still do things, but they pivoted and adapted really fast of how to do it online. And we want to share that compliment. And she said, so, and I forget where she said she lived. And she said, I have participated in 4 of those events that you had online. And I said, that's interesting because I shared it on my Facebook one day and I had people in BC participating in some of these events. So from an economic manager's perspective, I was so proud of you guys because what you have done, you maybe did it from the lens of mental health, social fabrication, let's keep going. So you ticked all those off, but what you didn't know you also did was kept Okotoks open for business and advertised us globally. Because and for them, how many communities, you just brought us above all the other communities in exposure. And I'd love to look at our data analytics of how many people shared and participated. So for them to point that out, and I had to take your kudos and say thank you on behalf of the town, but I wanted to publicly say thank you to you guys for pivoting so fast and doing that. And mental health is a concern that we have. And the other compliment they gave is that you did it for all age groups and demographics. And they're check marking and watching that. So they're using you guys as an example to their other communities of what to do. So round of applause for you guys, and that's why you're here today. And I want you, how you guys pivoted and adapted to get community fabrication, loyalty, or social fabrication, loyalty. Could you share with us how you came up with those ideas? Because I believe business owners need to do this as well. Is there ways that they can think out of the box to do events to draw into their businesses?
So we actually started thinking about how we were going to make changes as soon as we knew that the province was going to close down, pretty much close down because of COVID. Whether it was the events, whether it was programs, how we were going to manage reaching out to the community, how we were going to do transition to online activities, sharing information. We had a very short turnaround because there was nothing else out there. So we were kind of forced to put our thinking caps on and act and react really, really quickly. And I'm sure that we've had some we've had some successes. We've also had some failures. But what we also did was put a cross-functional together, and that really helped us. We had people who were experts in the social part. We had experts who were in the engagement with the culture and heritage, with sustainability. So we brought a team together. So it wasn't just programs and events. It really was a cross-functional group who got together and brainstormed. And we're continuing to brainstorm on a weekly basis. We meet on a weekly basis, so it is ongoing.
So I want to capture that, and I know Zachary has so much to share, but business owners, you're asking yourself, what value is this for me? We have a culture that we adopt here in the town of Okotoks of shared accountability. So the shared accountability is exactly what she was speaking to. You rarely give kudos to one department, and thank you for recognizing that, because it takes a team behind there. And sometimes you'll see economic development out front. All we are is the messengers. The power and the unsung heroes are in the organization. We're the salesmen, that's it. So I love that you've recognized your team. And to you business owners, do you see the power of collaboration? So if you don't have the skills or you're not, do what they did. Bring in more people, bring in your businesses that are in the same industry you, and think tank, talk. If you would like economic development to help facilitate this, and I could probably pull one of their heartstrings to say, could you join the Zoom call and help guide it? We will do that for you. So there's the value proposition of why we have the guests on today, to show you that these services are available, share their idea to hope that you adapt to it as well. So thank you for noticing the collaboration with your team behind that. And so thank you to everyone else that participated in that too. Zachary,
Sure.
what thoughts do you got? Oh, did I cut you off there?
Yeah, I just wanted to add one thing that we felt that right at the beginning was really important. If we were going to engage any instructors, facilitators, or anything like that, they had to reside in Okotoks. Even though on a year-round basis, we do have other instructors, people that work with us, it was really, really important that we were going to engage our own residents to assist with all of this too. So I just wanted to put that out there as well.
Thank you. Support local, love local, because
Absolutely.
you never know. The one, how do you say it? Ukulele? What?
Ukulele.
Ukulele? So
Ukulele.
but you never know. The person that was putting that on, maybe they gained a client or two out of it. So even though it was
Absolutely.
free and it was put on there, or so you're growing again, you can see how it's not just economic development, it's the whole organization that is promoting local and promoting. Our economy is made up of non-for-profits, not just business owners. That's what make us vibe. And these home-based businesses. So you're giving them also exposure to our local people. So thank you for that. Yes. All right, Zachary, what do you got?
So really the key thing you touched on is collaboration, and that's the biggest part of what we do. So when we started back in March 15th, when everything started shutting down, is we kind of sat down, Jeanette and I, we looked at our events, and then we kind of came up with some plans knowing what the restrictions were at that time. And then when we went into this cross-functional team and working with communications and across all the teams across the board, it was a lot of, did you think about this? What about this? Did you do this? Should we do this? Can we do this? And we looked at all these different options and kind of filtered them through the lens of what can we do with the parameters that are in place. And everybody's ideas really was a good idea. And we just kind of filtered them down to get to an event that would work given the situation that we're in. So like you said, collaboration in these times is huge.
So is there any tips of social media? I know we don't have a comms person on right now, but they really complimented the presence on social media. Is there anything that you can share of how that was enticing, or when you posted, or did you really target your audience, or is there anything you want to share on that?
Well, yeah, we don't have the comms people on the team, but I've been helping support the comms team through this. And yeah, social media has obviously been key because it's one of the only areas really you can contact and connect with your whether it's your customers, whether it's your residents, whatever it is in whatever scenario you're in. So yeah, we have had to push out a lot of social media, and it's almost sometimes a lot, but it's really working because we are connecting and we are getting the uptake on whether it's the events or information or resources. So yeah, social media is very important.
Well, and on that note, to you business owners out there that maybe you don't have the budget right now to hire the expert, I do anything. If we have so many great social media experts in our community, please go to our business directory or call us on the economic development site, and we will connect you to anybody that holds a local business license that provides services in this. But if you can't afford it, you also can go on YouTube and learn different things and teach yourself for free. And I know that some of the entrepreneur ecosystem people are putting on some training programs and different things around this, but this is the key to communicating right now while we're under these restrictions. And just look at the attention that we got from that for the town of Okotoks. Our goal is to bring traffic flow in for you. So I would say those events worked with that to get recognition from an Alberta association. And then I even know how I shared it and how I've got some BC people using your services. So to you business owners, collaboration is what they're saying, to work together. So you can get your local people together and then getting on social media and sharing it. So go ahead. Yeah, you're excited. Go ahead.
I am getting excited. So one of the,
I know, Jeff.
yeah, this is fantastic being able to share some ideas. But one of the things that the town of Okotoks did, which we did a bit of an inventory on the skills of the staff, so that if we needed to, for example, communications has been huge during this whole COVID-19, I'm going to call it a crisis. So with that being said, and we did a bit of inventory, we already knew that Zach had communications education. He's got a degree in comms, and so he's actually helping communications, because we know how much communications is having to put out there, and it's constant. So we also look within your own businesses to see if you can leverage any of the skills that your staff already have, rather than even going outside. Start it in your own house, so to speak, and see what you can do to leverage the skills of anybody that is close to you.
What a great tip, because I believe the smartest people on social media are 30 and under.
Absolutely. Zach's one of those.
I'm going to guess Zach's age here, but and so for some of you business owners, there's a third tip for you, is look within your staff. And maybe you can't afford it, and maybe you've had to lay some off, and maybe you can't afford to hire them, but you can give gift certificates or different ways to bring that youth, or that 30 and under, if you have access to any of them, to come in to provide these services for you. How do I get my products and services online? How do I do this? You know, and if you can afford to pay them the minimum wage right now, or utilize some of the government programs. I know there's some student grant programs out there right now. If you hire some that are going back to school, we can connect you also to volunteer groups. I know the community services has Debbie Posey is looking at doing that stuff right now. So maybe there's someone that will even volunteer and do that stuff. So if you're stuck, if today inspires you business owners and you're stuck, reach out to these guys and talk to them a little further about some ideas how to do things differently and within your wheelhouse, or your business owner's trade. And if we get to that team collaboration thing, that maybe it's someone from another business owner or business that can provide that service for you all. So yeah, great. Is there any closing remarks you'd like to say to encourage the business community, or the importance on events, or any statements?
Yeah,
I'll pass that over to Zach, and just to give a bit of a shout out to Zach. One of the things that he's also been doing, and he can talk a little bit more about this, is assisting with external groups on helping them to facilitate some activities. We know that the grads right now are, they're losing one of the biggest parts of their high school experience. So Zach has been working closely, and I think that I'm going to pass it over to him. He can give a little bit more information, but it's also, it's all about community and what can we do to support each other. And Zach can give you a couple of examples of how that's happening within our community.
Yeah, so really, like, it's going to tie right back into collaboration. And you said, you know, our contact is going to be here. So for whether it's a business or a community group, and you're looking to do things within the community, and you're looking at ways to have an event that falls within the parameters, reach out to us, talk to us. We really want to be there to help and support in ways that we can, and kind of get those ideas and get those events that are going to drive, whether it's business or, you know, you're going to have your grads. So we're working right now on how we can host the grads so that grads have their celebration. We're working with the Music Drive on how we can partner with them to have that event and leverage some of our town resources to be able to do that. So really, it's just reach out to us, and we're here to collaborate and do those events and make them work with the life that we're living, the new normal that we're living in.
Thank you for that. So business owners out there, 3 points. One is local community first. So let's utilize our local assets in our backyard. We can help connect you at the Economic Development Department in the business community. The non-for-profits, please reach out. The contact information. These lady, 18 years, she probably knows every non-for-profit in this town. So if you want to collaborate with food banks, or if any of you are pulling your heartstrings to go, I'd like to help the grads, there you go. Contact Zachary, and maybe he can bring you to the table to help with them. So we as an organization, we are pivoting and changing our services also that we're to adjust to COVID and recovery. And that's why I was excited to have you guys on, because you're doing a great job with it. And so local, find those things, keep the events going. And if you can time to local first to bring the traffic in. The second one was collaboration. Don't do it alone, do it together, because you get more of an impact together of working together as all the coffee shops get together or all the retails get together. However, dog grooming businesses, whatever it is, and have a dog walk, social distance, who knows. And the third one was the importance of social media. So thank you for that. And on a closing note, is there anything fun and exciting that's happening this summer that we could leave, that the business owners could maybe get excited to leverage or anything? Is there anything you want to share?
Zach?
We have our summer event cycle. We've kind of brainstormed all of the events that we would normally have. We've looked at creative, fun ways to have them and leverage them. And some of the ones that really are going to help with business owners, look at Taste of Okotoks. We have a fun new spin on that that's going to happen. So stay tuned. Like you said, our social medias are going to be the most informative tool right now. So check them out, and we'll be posting all the events in the new normal and the new way that we can have them.
Oh, thank you. And where's the best way that they can get the information? Where do they go?
So
Probably the best is events@okotoks.ca. That's a nice, easy email address to remember.
Okay.
that's the best way to contact us if you have any questions. And then, like I said, stay tuned to our social media. All that will be posted and ways to participate.
Perfect. Well, keep up the great work. You make economic development so easy, because all we do is sales, and we get to sell work like you're. So thank you very much for joining us today on short notice. And to you business owners out there, keep going. I hope that there's some exciting things happening in development services conversation this week of some really exciting initiatives to maybe get your businesses out on the streets and remove some regulations and policies. So we also are working and as close as we can to trying to find your needs. The only way we can is if you contact us. Please, if something was inspired today that you've got a good idea, the one-stop shop is economic development. All we do is connect you to the resources, or go on our town of website. Everything is there to connect right to the departments that you need. But we have to recover together. We're stronger together, where no one has done this before. So please reach out with your ideas to us. We're open for business, and we want to help recover. And everybody stay safe and have a great weekend. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.